Hello, everybody. My name is Mason Price. I am a student studying to get my bachelor's in finance, and I'm also studying Spanish. So a few months ago now, I just got back from Madrid, Spain. I was working, living, studying there. And my internship while I was there was I was working in an accounting and tax office. And so my responsibilities as an intern there was I received documents, I reached out to clients, made sure we got everything we needed, all the paperwork. Um, and then we would take that paperwork and input it into Excel and format it correctly. And once we had everything and we knew we had all of their income and their expenses inputted, we would export that from Excel into another software called Contasol, which is a Spanish-based accounting software that formats it in the way that the government likes to receive it. And so once we had that formatted, sometimes we need to get a notary or a signature. But basically, once that was done, we would send it off to the government and then file it away. And from there, we get started on the next trimester because Spanish taxes are done in trimesters and then cumulatively at the end of the year. And so what was interesting about the internship was first and foremost, my co-workers. They were really what made it lively, and they spiced it up. They made it more interesting. Otherwise, it would have just been numbers, but they definitely made it more personable. Yeah, so that's us in the bottom right. As you can see, it was a very small company, just four of us. That's all of us. They didn't speak any English, so it was great for my Spanish. We had lots of conversations while we were number crunching. But yeah, so it's three interns and our boss Andres. And so another interesting thing was I got to do a lot of traveling. So my boss, he knew I needed the experience and the practice. And so basically, anytime we needed something picked up or signed or notarized, if we needed to go get the mail or go get new filing cabinets, he'd send me. And so almost every day I'd take a trip to a different bureau of the city to get something signed or to do this or do that. And so I got to see a lot of parts of Madrid that I wouldn't have otherwise seen. And so I really appreciated that he kind of made me the paper runner. Another interesting thing was the trust they had in me. They really, yeah, they weren't looking over my shoulder too much. Like from the first week, I was submitting things to the government, and like you have those thoughts in your head. You're like, am I committing tax fraud right now? But apparently in Spain, there's some recourse if you do happen to get something wrong. You can redact it back and correct it. So I was a little worried at first because I didn't know that, but I learned that later on. And it's like, okay, so this is why you trust me a little bit. But another thing that was interesting was I got to see like firsthand how inputs change a company's bottom line, like how it affects their financial statements. And that was really interesting, and that'll be really useful going forward as a finance major. And yeah, so this internship was really good for me, and it just kind of touched all areas of my life from social to cultural to professional. And yeah, it was a really great experience, and I hope all of you going abroad next year get to experience it the way that I experienced it. Anyways, take care.